You guys are going to have to help me interpret. You're going to have to help me interpret because I can only interpret so much. The Democratic Party has, while in power, destroyed all norms of decency. There was no Adam and Steve. Pencils should not touch, and were not cats. What? What? Forgive me. What the fuck are you talking about, man? I shouldn't have even given you the benefit of the doubt reading it as if there was actual punctuation in it. But what are you talking about? I think I can try and interpret what you're talking about, but I really need you to help me out here. So you say there was no Adam and Steve. Obviously, you're a homophobe, right? You got a problem with the fact that not everybody loves the same way that you love. You're a bigot, and that's fine. You have Oathkeeper in your name. We kind of figured you were, right? It's not that much of a stretch. It's not like we have to connect too many fucking dots. You know what I mean? Okay, so you got a problem with gay people. Pencils should not touch. Pencils should not touch. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume it's having something to do with you being a homophobe. Like, whiners should not touch. Right? Is that what you're getting at? Because I don't know what you mean by actual pencils. These are pens, forgive me. These are great pens, by the way. If you don't use these G2s, you're just missing out. But assume they're pencils. This has nothing to do with any. I think you're referring to men's wieners, aren't you? And if you are, that's not how they do it. I don't know if you're aware or not, but they might have a little sword fight. They might. I mean, who the fuck knows? I don't know. I'm not in that group, but they might. They might. I mean, it could be something. I mean, I've heard of docking. If you don't know what docking is, it's when two guys put their erect wieners together, and the foreskin of one guy goes over the head of the wiener of the other guy. Maybe that's what he's talking about. I don't know, but that's not how they do it, man. And if you don't even know how they do it, how can you be bigoted against them? I mean, you don't have the basic functionalities of the various parts down. And dude, you own the parts. I'm assuming you do. I'm assuming you're a man. Who the fuck knows? So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's what you meant. Please correct me if you actually meant pencils. And if you did actually mean pencils, then you're going to have to explain to me what the fuck that comment means. And we're not cats? What? Has somebody mistaken you for a cat in your community? Is that what... You go to the shop and save, and the cashier every time goes... Try to get you to come in? I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? We're not all cats. Is it that everywhere you go, somebody calls you a pussy? Because if that's the case, they're not actually referring to you as a kitty cat. You know what I mean, right? Of course you don't know what I mean. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm talking to somebody who calls himself West Virginia Oathkeeper. Further explanation is needed, please.